If you're afraid of snakes, you're definitely not going to like this. In 1959, Remy van Lierde was a colonel in the Belgian Air Force, and while returning from his mission in the Congo, he noticed a huge snake as he flew over the forest in a helicopter. He was able to capture a photo of the snake, and he estimated it was close to 50 feet in length, much larger than even the Titanoboa. He tried to turn around and get closer, but the snake got into an attack position, ready to strike the helicopter. So he retreated, and the creature has never had another documented sighting since then. Mysterious creatures you've never heard about. The veggie man was first sighted in West Virginia in 1968. When Jennings Frederick was out hunting, he heard a high-pitched babbling noise in the woods. He tracked down the source of the noise and came face to face with what he described as a thin and weak-looking plant stalk. The cryptid was able to communicate to him and said, "You need not to fear me. I wish to communicate. I come as a friend. We know of you all. I come in peace. I wish medical assistance. I need your help." With that, the creature used its needle-like fingers to grab onto and drain fluids from Jennings' arm. Jennings claimed that the eyes had an anesthetic effect on his arm, as he could not feel the pain. The creature let go and made its getaway. Since then, it's been known as West Virginia's Vegetable Man. This is a strange story that first appeared on Coast to Coast AM. Someone had called in and claimed that in their childhood, a Sesame Street character had come inside her room to play with her. The entity would look exactly the same as the character seen on TV, but their eyes were just pitch black. When the entity heard the mother of the child coming in, it quickly tried to leave through the window. It accidentally bumped itself on the window, and for a split second its true identity was revealed. It's believed to be connected to the UFO phenomenon called screen memory. Mysterious creatures you've never heard about. The Fiskerton Phantom was first sighted in Fiskerton, England in 1997, when 4 girls claimed to have seen a bear-like creature measuring 4 feet tall eating a pheasant. A motorist also reported seeing the creature that same evening, alongside finding large paw prints, giving the girls' first sighting more credibility. The cryptid would be seen in 2011, and in 2008, the Fiskerton Phantom would be featured in the Cartoon Network show The Secret Saturdays. Mysterious creatures you've never heard about. There's a cryptid in Mexico known as El Horobado, or more formally known as Itzcuintlipochtli. It's described as a hairless dog with a large hump on its back, and its head is similar to a wolf. Sightings have gone as far back as 1780, when Francisco Javier Clavijero described a sighting of the Itzcuintlipochtli in Tarascan, Michoacán, in his book Historia Antigua de Mexico. The last sighting was in Guajimalco Valley in 1843, where a dead specimen was reported by Frances Calderon. It's possible that the Itzcuintlipochtli was a real animal whose species died out. Mysterious creatures you've never heard about. The goatman has been commonly seen all over the US, with variations like the Waterford sheepman in Pennsylvania, the Maryland goatman, and the Pope-like monster of Kentucky. The goatman also has varying origin stories depending on where you ask. Some say he was a mad scientist that mutated into the goatman, or the goatman is an entity from another dimension. Its abilities include being able to mimic the voice or even the appearance of people you care about, and even being able to warp reality in some allegedly true stories. Mysterious creatures you've never heard about. The ropen is a cryptid from Papua New Guinea, described as a featherless flying creature with a crest on its head, with some reports also describing a long tail. This strikingly fits with the description of a pterosaur. Most interestingly, the ropen is said to have the ability of bioluminescence, being able to shine at will with great intensity. One of the earliest documented sightings was by Evelyn Cheeseman, a biologist and entomologist who described the flying lights, which refer to the ropen, as not coming from human origin. This is quite similar to the Van Meter visitor cryptid, which was also described as a featherless flying creature with the ability to produce its own light. Mysterious creatures you've never heard about. The knot deer. Actually, you've probably heard about this one, considering it's the most overused cryptid on TikTok used for popularity points. Anyways, the knot deer isn't a single creature, but refers to a phenomenon rumored to occur in the Appalachian Mountains. The term knot deer seems to originate from the internet and not an actual legend using the term. Reports vary, but eyewitnesses describe seeing something that resembles a deer, but there's always something off about it, like a deer with paws instead of hooves or human eyes, or even forward-facing eyes with the head of a canine. Then there's the sighting of the deer man, an upright humanoid creature with the head of a deer and body of a man. So next time you go into the Appalachian Mountains, beware of the knot deer. In the spirit of Halloween, this strange story occurred in the mid-60s in northeastern Pennsylvania. The author of the story told that his friend, who was 13 years old at the time, was walking through a wooded path when a strange entity appeared in front of him. He described it as a man in a black suit with a pumpkin over his head. It was thin and tall with pale hands. Freaked out, the kid ran, and when he looked behind him, the man was just standing there, staring at him. His friend never saw the pumpkin man again, and never walked that path alone. The Congo is said to be home of giant snakes, spiders, and creatures from your worst nightmare. Among the most popular is the one who stops the flow of rivers, mokele and mbembe. Eyewitnesses describe seeing a creature with a long neck and tail. The description of the size varies from being the size of a hippopotamus to the size of an elephant. Its neck is said to be 5 to 10 feet in length. Many believe that the creature described is a sauropod dinosaur, though evidence has been very few. Others theorize that it's a new species of lizard with a long neck, while others have theorized that it's not a reptile at all, but possibly a mammal known as Indricotherium, an extinct creature said to have been one of the largest mammals to ever live. Deep in the caves of South Africa is rumored to be a creature as old as the earth itself, the groot slang. Two variations exist. It can be described as a creature with the body of an elephant with a snake's tail, or the more commonly cited groot slang with the body of a snake with an elephant-like head. The cryptid is said to measure between 20 to 39 feet. It's rumored to protect hidden treasures in caves, and is capable of taking down boats if they get too close. There have been many attempts to hunt down the creature, but the provincial government issued a decree to protect the creature. Many theories exist about what the groot slang might be, but it's still a mystery. If you find yourself in New Orleans, you might just run into their own version of the chupacabra, known as the grunch. Eyewitnesses describe seeing a creature 4 feet in height that looks like a cross between a reptile, monkey, and even a goat. The grunch is said to be responsible for the disappearances of livestock and pets, and the bodies left behind seem to be drained. In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, there was a spike in sightings of the creature. It was believed that the grunch's home was destroyed by the hurricane, forcing them to move into neighborhoods. Many people till this day don't let their pets outside, in fear that the grunch will take them. Unsolved Christmas-time mysteries. The Warminster Thing. On the morning of Christmas in 1964, residents in Warminster, England, experienced a series of sounds and vibrations that seemed to originate from nowhere. More than 30 people reported the sound, and even more strange events would occur in the town. Unidentified flying objects were soon sighted in the following year, and photographs were captured of these supposed UFOs. Warminster became a hotspot for this phenomena, with still no explanation of where the sounds originated from. Strange stories from the internet. The 4chan Grey. Does anyone else legitimately sleep with a weapon under their pillow? I started doing it a few weeks back. I only stash it away when my girlfriend is over for the night. Somehow it's comforting to me. I keep mine between my butt cheeks. Makes me feel like everything's gonna be okay. I keep my 45 next to me when I sleep. I also live in a dangerous part of town while going to school, so I think it's not totally crazy. Today I woke up with my dovetail under my neck. Ever since the Greys started visiting, I sleep with my Tokarov under my pillow. Tell us about the A's. F off, you have no idea. So what about them? I was waking up at weird times, so I set up I Spy on my laptop as I slept, and pointed it away from me. I got this still. No relevant matches. Could not find your image on any of the selected services.